How to use the objective details page in UpRaise. I've already navigated to the objectives and key results screen from the left navigation under the UpRaise app. And then I clicked on one of the objective titles, which brought me here to this objective detail page. We have already seen that objectives exist at different levels within UpRaise, be it company level, team level, individual level, or the other intermediate level that the configurations can create for you. However, one thing to note is, irrespective of the level of the objective, this objective detail page is going to look exactly the same. There would be minor differences here and there, which I would talk about at appropriate places. But by and large, you're going to have the exact same content for all different levels of objectives. There will be a separate video created for key result detail page. It will also be in the similar line, but in this video, we'll solely focus on the objectives detail page. Let's begin. Firstly, you have this icon that tells you which level of objective you are dealing with. Obviously, this is customizable and dependent on the levels of these objectives that you have in the system. Then this breadcrumb talks about the objective cycle to which this objective belongs. This is the objective cycle. Then you have got the ID of the objective. And then finally, this is the title or summary of the objective that you are dealing with. Immediately on the right-hand side, you'll see the progress percentage for that objective, along with its confidence status and confidence score. Now, let us do understand that the colors that are indicated in here, they are customizable. The confidence scores can be turned on, can be turned off. So it might happen that if you have the confidence scores functionality turned off, you do not have this score equal to 7 displayed in here. This confidence status, same. It is configurable based on what you have on the manage OKR configuration screen. We'll have a separate video discussing all of the configurations. Then you have got the refresh progress percentage action. You can use this action to refresh progress percentage for this objective and the underlying key results. Then you have these various options related to editing the objective. So if I click on it, I'm offered the same edit objective pop-up that I used to create the objective. Then I'm also able to add a comment right from here. I can punch in, but you'll notice the punch in action is disabled. And if I hover my mouse over that, it gives me a message saying progress is tracked automatically through linked key results and or alignments. We'll have a separate video discussing how the progress percentage for an objective is calculated. But for now, you'll notice this one is disabled. And then you have got a bunch of other actions under more. You can clone the objective. You can move the objective from one cycle to the other. You can convert level of the objective. Let's say if you want to convert it into a company level objective from a team level objective, or maybe an individual level from a team level objective. So all of those options are available under convert. Then you also have the opportunity to abandon this objective and delete this objective. Below that, if there is any description available for the objective, that is displayed under description title. Towards the right hand side, this section varies a little bit based on what level of objective you are looking at. Now, right now we are looking at a team level objective. So you'll notice name of the team appears here. What type of team it is, that also appears in the brackets. And owner for this objective is displayed. For a company level objective and an individual level objective, you will not have this specific text. It will simply have the owner assigned to it. The icon will vary a little bit as well. Immediately below that, you will see status of the objective. Then you will see the watchers. You can stop watching this objective if you're already watching it, or if you are not watching it. For example, I just stopped watching, and you'll notice it now offers me an opportunity to start watching it. Then you've got the start date, due date, labels, visibility, all listed within this area. If you have added any custom fields to these objectives, they will also appear in this section. Below, immediately below that, you have objective alignment presented visually. We'll also talk about the alignment section on the left-hand side, but let us first understand this section in here. So this section specifically focuses on showing you visually alignments between different levels of objectives. So the current objective, which is a team level objective, is in green, and it is contributing to a company level objective that is in orange. If there were other alignments included in this structure, they will also show up in this objective alignment. Now let's move to the left side and see the key results section. In the key results section, all of the key results are listed. Pagination is displayed if there are more than 5 key results, and you can browse through all of those pages. You can filter those key results based on different parameters. You can add new key results using this button. Again, some of these actions will be dependent on the permissions you have. You can take actions individually on each one of the key results. You can navigate to the key result details page, the user profile page, and a few other pages through the list of key results. You can also set up the progress calculation formula. So for example, if I click on it, you'll notice I've set up the progress calculation formula through the JQL. We'll talk about that in a separate video, but all of that falls under the key results section. Scrolling down, you have the alignments section. Under alignments, you will be able to see two types of alignments: contributes to and receives contribution from. The current objective is contributing to the company level objective, ferocious speed. If it were to receive contribution from an individual level objective or a team level objective, that will also appear in the same section, but separated by the label receives contribution from. Again, you can filter things out based on how they are related in the alignment section. You can also add new alignments. You can delete alignments. Immediately towards the right of this section is a graph, which offers you insights into what the ideal progress percentage should have been versus what the actual progress percentage is. The calculation formula is fairly straightforward. What the system does is, based on the start date and end date of the objective, it calculates how much progress you should be making per day, and then that dictates the ideal progress percentage. Obviously, there are some tolerances added. So for example, if the ideal progress percentage is 31.11%, the system is not going to expect you to have 30% or 29%. There is a tolerance added, which gives you some breathing space. And it means even if your progress is, say, 20%, 25%, you'll still be on track. So there is a separate formula which you can find in our documentation, but this gives you a quick overview of what the chart does. You also have a configuration to disable the chart if you do not intend to use it, but we strongly recommend using it so that you have an idea of how you are progressing against the ideal progress percentage. Scrolling down, immediately below the graph, you have the other details section where you can quickly see who was the creator of this objective, when was this objective last modified, who modified it, when was the last punch in that happened, and the objective cycle this objective belongs to. Moving on to the left-hand section, you have the ability to add attachments. You can add any relevant attachments at the time of punch-in or at the time of adding a comment. Immediately below attachments, you'll see the ability to collaborate through comments. You can tag other users who have access to this objective. You can have that conversation with them. They'll receive a notification if you tag them in a comment, and they'll be able to respond to it. It is also possible to associate feedback with this objective if that is allowed through the configurations. All the feedback that you give and request, which is associated with this objective, will appear under this tab. And under the history, you will see all of the activity that has happened for this objective. The app stores every single activity that happens with regards to changes in this objective under history, so that it can utilize that information for further reporting. This is how you utilize the objective details page. These are the different functions, different actions that are available on this screen. Hope that was helpful. Thank you.